Hello, 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 friends. Nicholas here. Devo, TED Talks, Devoted Talks, where we take ancient wisdom and practices and take it through modern experiences and lenses so that we can help people and maybe even you have a cessation of suffering. I was trying to say it seriously. I was trying to deliver it with that like unsolved mysteries, like swag. But that was my hat hitting the microphone if you heard anything strange. Life's interesting. I went from an oscillation of what is the point because it's so hard, and then you work hard and you head in certain directions, and then things don't work out the way you want them to it's all perfect and everything's amazing and life is great, and I don't even know where it's heading me or turning me towards, but I just know it's going to be great and amazing and perfect, to it's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. My heater broke. Not happened on November 30th, and then it was out all day Monday on December 1st, and it got fixed right away. And I was lucky because it was covered under warranty. It had about 30 more days, but also it had the covered work of the technician. He covered his work for a year, and so it fell within that time frame, and so I didn't have to pay anything, and it reset the warranty on that part. So now, in case anything happens in the next 12 months with that part, I have it covered as well. So while it seemed arduous and challenging, and when it broke and I couldn't fix it myself on Sunday, and the temperature in the class, the hot yoga class, was dropping tremendously, I was just about in tears because I couldn't change what was happening. And it felt futile, and I felt helpless, and I felt lonely, even though I had a classroom full of people who understood and had no problems with it whatsoever. Like, they were like, stuff happens, it's okay. They got a good class. I did my best. They knew I did my best, and it was fine. But I was very hard on myself, not because I thought I could do better, but I just want things to be perfect. And when I feel powerless, I don't necessarily know what to do. Like, I don't know how to breathe through it and, be okay with it being hard. I mean, I would say hot yoga helps people be that more so than other things, because it puts you into these hard positions, into this cardiovascularly stimulating experience that can sometimes overwhelm if you don't moderate well, or you didn't take good care of yourself that day, like water or salt intake or whatever intake may have been causing or may have influenced your feelings or what's going on. Now, that being said, we will always build endurance to the things that we expose ourselves to, but we avoid things that are challenging in many ways. We try to make our lives simplistic, we try to make them easier, but then life still comes knocking to do life on its terms. And you can have all the best plans in the world, right? The road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? We're still navigating the path of least resistance for your greatest manifestations, which may come through the greatest hardships that you've ever experienced, so that you can become the person who can receive that great thing that you have set the intention to be. Right? Even if you don't consciously think about it regularly, there has been plenty of times, I'm sure you said, oh, it would be nice if it was like this, or life was like that, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so what if you started that instant heading towards that goal? And the only thing holding you away from it is that you're not tuned into it. You may be more tuned into the things that show you that it's not here than to it slowly arriving, or arriving on its own time and pace. And so because you're aligned to the things that show you that it's not there, you're going to keep paying attention to that, either through the reticular activating system or through being programmed only to see that, because that's what you're looking for. We only see most of the time that which we expect to see, right? Like, I've had things on my shirt that I'm like, oh, sir, everybody's going to notice this. And not a single person mentioned it. And then I'm like, did they notice it and didn't say anything? Were they just unconscious, or were they so wrapped up in their own stuff that they couldn't be bothered to look at my stuff, whatever it was, or notice it or see it or whatever you want to say? And so we will continue to get that which we put the most attention on. And if we put our attention on the things that we don't like, in many ways, we're going to just ask for more of that. We talked about that in the last episode. And it's okay. But what it is not is functional in the long run. Because if you're constantly trying to beat who you were by being a better version of yourself, what is the energy of that idea? That where you are now is somehow less than or imperfect. And if you're constantly running towards that, what are you saying? Are you saying that elusive thing out there is better? Or are you saying this is good, but I can be better? Like, what is the clarity of the message you're sending your body, mind, and soul? Because your body, mind, and soul are always listening. But vice versa, if you start paying attention to what is being thought about, you may get a clue as to what your set point is and what you're looking for and what you're expecting, right? It's this collaborative assessment, collaborative functionality that drives Ayurveda. Nothing is a static vacuum system. Everything is in concert with something else. It is an orchestra, a symphony of individual pieces working in tandem, working in cohesion or collaboration to create the manifestation of our lives. And if we don't know that there's a piece that is out of whack because we just haven't been exposed to it, we just haven't heard about it or thought about it, or, right? Like, a lot of us were raised by people who didn't know this, that, or the other. And so therefore, until we knew from learning, it just didn't exist in our world because it just wasn't there. And so what Ayurveda is saying, that you shouldn't worry about what you don't have and what you're missing. You should be not just grateful in the moment for what you have, but love who you are, not because you should show self-love because that's going to give you or gain you something, but because who else is going to do it? At the end of the day, there is only you. There are other people in our lives, and there are other people, but nothing's a sure thing. Like, I'm not saying you're going to come home and get a divorce. I'm not saying that, somebody that you love is going to die, but they could. And so there is no sure thing other than you being with you for the time that you are here. That is the surest thing in your world. You will be here until you're not. And you will be the only one with you for sure until you're not. Everybody else is a welcome guest. Well, maybe not so welcome guests, right? There's people that aren't a resonant match and should just go. But that's all I'm saying. All you've got is you, and not because of some nihilistic, hateful thought pattern. It's just the truth. As much as somebody else gets you, they never will get you fully as you are now, because they can't be anything other than what they are. And so everything they know about you is only because of what they know about themselves. So take what you like, leave the rest, and I'll see you on the next episode. Be well, be free.